Hey guys, Other Boy Reactions here. Alright, so we're getting back into Veronica Mars. We are back. I hope everyone had a great New Year's, a great holiday. Wherever you were. I was visiting family. I am back home now, and I can't wait to get back into watching shows. I'm sure you guys, have been anxious to. I mean, I know you guys have lives as well, but but we all love watching, our favorite shows, and yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. Now I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember where we left off in episode 3, except that Beaver's father was like indicted, right? Or he was like arrested for some kind of fraud, and that's really all I can remember. And then something about Veronica switching iPods with Kendall. And that's it. Tessa Thompson's character was kind of flirting with another guy, and Veronica didn't like that. But Tessa Thompson is technically, she can do what she wants. She's free. She and Wallace are not dating. They're not a couple. So you know what? She can do whatever she wants. But, Veronica wants to protect her friend, so she's going to keep an eye on her. That's all fair. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch the recap. So, let's get into it. Alright, this is Veronica Mars, Season 2, Episode 4, Green-Eyed Monster.
My family is wealthy. Like, very. I tend to fall for guys who...
But he's rich too.
...nail the girl who's teaching my spin class while letting me pay his rent.
Mm-hmm.
Money isn't supposed to matter. So I'm letting Colin think I'm regular old middle class.
We're so friends. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. It's a big-ass camera. Oh. It's good to see them happy. It's all gonna come crashing
Do you
down
have a spare
soon.
gun that I could borrow?
Jesus! He's gonna ask you why.
That depends.
What's it for?
Who do you intend to shoot?
Right.
The guy who called out to me in the club in Chicago, Cher. He was my old boyfriend.
Oh.
And Cher was his nickname for me. We dated almost 20 years ago before I was married.
20 years ago?
I was young.
Damn.
And naive. And he was crazy.
Get back, ladies, he's mine!
Oh my god!
You're a basketball star, aren't you? I mean, I'm not just smacking the ass of some Dungeons and Dragons geek, right?
Oh, he's a star. Just ask him.
Come on, let's go.
Oh my god.
Keith Mars, former sheriff, private detective, author.
Who are you?
Carl Morgan, 3 years long park, assault and battery, cocaine possession, intent to sell.
Alright, he does have a
We should really give our
history.
publicist pats on the back.
Your old lady took something of mine.
What?
I'm not leaving till I get it back.
It's time I see Meg.
Fuck! Oh my god. And Duncan's there. Oh my god.
Duncan?
Why do you come here every day? How many times do I have to tell you? We never want to see you again. Now stay away
Damn.
from our daughter.
Sister's so
Be quiet.
different. She's like in Catholic
cared about
school
Meg.
now.
She wouldn't have been on that bus.
You didn't tell me about...
What? The Meg was important to me?
About her parents. Julie, it's Veronica. Can you check your email? I'm sending you some photos right now. And do you know anyone who lives at 8520 Primrose Lane?
Oh.
A Hebrew lesson?
See, she is such an amateur. You don't tell her anything until you know for sure what's happening. What the fuck? She was in the middle
down. He's not cheating on you. He's with a rabbi.
of... Veronica is such an amateur.
He's not Jewish, I'm Jewish.
Maybe he's converting.
The photo of the woman on the bar? She's gotta be an ex.
Oh god.
If he's keeping her close, do you think he still loves her?
Why don't you just ask him all this
I'm
stuff?
pondering the same question about my boyfriend. Does that make me crazy too?
Yes.
Julie, It's 2:27 in the morning.
I got this weird call. Some guy saying Curly was behind the bus crash.
You don't know who it was?
They just said Curly was hired by the Fitzpatricks to get back at Servando. Veronica, are you in immediate life-threatening danger?
This precise moment, no.
Then I'm hanging
Then
up.
goodbye.
My go-to temptress just canceled on me, and I need an AV wizard to be my eyes and ears for a scenario
No.
I've got going down at 4.
He has a life, okay?
Hey, I love to help, but I've got my own scenario going on right here.
Alright.
Wallace, if you're getting all that Jackie love with $2 in your pocket, imagine what you'd get with, say, 200?
You're gonna give him 200. Ah! He's out of there! Damn! Damn!
You didn't ask how high.
What?
Didn't Goldilocks say jump? I may have to have a chat with Miss Pixie Stick.
Well, you know what? You're
I
seeing
wouldn't.
other people, so...
She's not somebody you want to piss off.
Neither am I.
Are you sure she's your woman? Because I saw her at Jabba the Hutt the night after our double date, and some guy was all over her.
Well, she was all
Like
over
a couple
him.
weeks ago, when we only had like 2 dates. So what?
Okay.
So it's progressed?
Yeah, it's progressed. Have you seen her with another guy since? No.
True.
See, when you assume, you really just make an ass out of you.
Do you have an accent?
Yeah, I'm Scottish.
Really?
Oh.
Like from Scotland? That's so
Ooh.
awesome. Foreign men are so much sexier than regular men.
Regular men.
I mean, if the range were pretty to drop dead gorgeous,
Oh, God.
where would I fall?
You'd fall under. Knows she's gorgeous, but likes to hear it anyway.
Oh,
Don't forget about that midterm.
wow. He is a keeper.
This really isn't
He really
my place,
likes
actually. I'm
Nicolas
just house sitting for my
Cage.
friend.
Oh.
Friend, a big Nicolas Cage fan?
Right.
My friend is Nick Cage.
Would you like to help the hungry, starving children of the world?
The world.
I emailed the paper and called AAA. Thanks for your help. Your karma's golden. Ciao.
That was so obvious.
Why didn't you tell me how often you'd visited Meg since the accident?
Chinese food it is.
Oh, God.
You want one egg roll or two?
Just be
Mental
honest.
note. Don't mention partner's ex-girlfriend if one expects to fool around. Meg has a laptop my parents didn't know about. They're gonna want to see what's on it.
Who cares? He's allowed to have a
Hi,
private life.
Izzy.
He's not with Meg anymore.
Okay, so apparently looks really can't kill.
I'm sorry. I didn't want you to be...
Did you hear us?
Yes.
Who
And
cares?
if you'll let me, I know someone who can help.
I want like a little
nosy
group.
ass parents.
And this goes to you, right?
Send me in to arrest Carl Morgan, a.k.a. Nathan Woods. Chicago cop, big-time decorated detective.
Colin appears to be a loyal, committed partner without a criminal record, and his friends and exes both speak very highly of him.
The bad news must be really bad.
The house he currently lives in and the car he drives aren't his. He's house sitting for Nicolas Cage. That's Lisa Marie in the framed photo on the bar.
Ah!
And finally,
Come on.
it appears as though he did do some research into your background, and he is aware that your family's wealthy.
He went digging for information on me.
Yeah, so did you.
You always think you can handle it, Veronica. Believe it or not, at 18, you can't handle everything. And you don't get away with it all either.
I know.
Whether it's playing I Spy after school or staying out all night at your boyfriend's hotel room. You're just not quite as clever as you think you are.
I just called him. Oh, you did it.
Oh my God.
It's
Did Veronica just ruin this relationship?
Julie, the internet search that Colin did on your family was dated 5 days ago.
Yeah, so?
So you found the ring like 2 weeks ago. He checked into your family after he bought the ring. He was probably looking to find your father so that he could ask for his approval. I'll bet he didn't even know about the money.
You
didn't exactly
assume.
tell him the truth either.
Right.
One thing to lie and say you're not rich. The other way around is way less cool.
I think I get it now.
Oh my god.
Money matters. Julie,
He is fucking
I wanted
rich.
you to have these.
Loch
Everything
Nevin.
Patrick Colin Nevin told you was true. He does have a trust fund, perhaps bigger than either of us imagined. You both wanted to be sure you were loved for who you really were. That call could have come from anywhere. A business line, a payphone.
Aaron Eccles. Fuck.
Veronica Mars has accused me of evil. Where to start?
And now he's dead.
Oh yes, who the hell is Curly Moran? And how do you know he knows my dad? And what conspiracy theory have you pulled out of your ass this time?
The fact, evidenced by the poster in your house, is that Curly Moran was the stunt coordinator on The Long Haul, starring Aaron Eccles, circa 1982. A group of lower middle class Neptune High students plummet to their death, and the 09ers throw a party.
Hence the life short part. It was in their honor, and in the end, it wasn't just your social betters. In fact,
Anyone
your
could
pal
have
Weevil
done.
and his biker boys crashed it.
Hmm.
Oh, and
Crashed it.
Lamb and a half dozen deputies came by to break it up. Or at least collect the kegs.
There are 5 numbers registered to your house. This call came from a number I don't recognize.
Gee willikers, Veronica, it sounds like you're onto something. Maybe the public did.
My god. Oh my god. I have to side with him on this one. It's like
You don't have anything.
she just
Not
jumps to
under
these
Woods either.
conclusions.
Wallace?
Is that his father?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm your father.
Oh my god. Okay. We're finally getting more backstory to Wallace, more Wallace in general, which I love. I feel like we hardly got to know him and, his family in the first season. And yeah, they're finally, getting some screen time and some attention. I hate saying it, but I feel like Veronica is not a very good PI. I mean, she still is, she's very young, but she just jumps to these conclusions and calls the client whenever she finds something. You don't need to update every single time you find something out. You need to wait till you have all the puzzle pieces. I mean, hello. That's how people get hurt. That's how relationships break up. I mean, she did come through in the end, by finally figuring out who Colin was. But it's you should have done that before you even spoke to Julie or whatever her name was. That's where she shows her inexperience. And I guess that's how it's supposed to be, because she's not perfect, and she's young. She's still in high school. So she's not always going to get it right. And then also with, now this thing with Weevil and Logan, it's I mean, I guess she didn't really do anything, but she did kind of... She did kind of assume that Logan was the one who called. But he also has his reputation against him, because he's, he has a reputation for being racist, being classist. Is that a word? And also wants revenge on Weevil and his gang. So, I mean, it's partly his fault too. But she does jump to these conclusions without, really finding out. She just comes to him, being all accusatory. And is it accusatory or accusational? I don't know. I think it's both. Anyway, um, it was interesting. It was kind of a mellow episode, but there's a lot going on at the same time. The stuff with Julie and Colin, I was only interested because Colin was beautiful, like, in that accent, and I usually don't like guys with long hair like that, but he was like, I don't know, he was very sexy. It almost didn't matter what he said. Like, I could have just stared at him all day. And he was so nice. He turned out to be a really good guy, and that was refreshing. You know, because usually the cliche is that the guy is usually cheating or after someone's money, or and he turned out to be a decent guy and and rich, which is what the woman wanted. But what was interesting about that case was that it represented something that a lot of us feel. When we're falling for someone, a part of us doesn't want to trust it, doesn't want to believe that it's real, and that they're real, that they're for real. And it's an insecurity, and so human, like, who knows what other relationships this woman has had. Maybe she has felt like she said she always falls for, the loser and the gold digger, and so she has trust issues. And even those of us who are not rich, we all have trust issues when, if you've been hurt. But it's also, it's not only not being able to trust, but it's also, almost not valuing yourself, because he loved her even before even before he knew that she was rich, right? Yeah, he didn't even know. Yeah, because she was the one that was lying. Yeah, wow. And he still fell in love with her, thinking that she was a regular person, and that she wasn't rich. And he didn't find out until 5 days ago. So it's like, who knows? Who knows if they'll get back together? I mean, I'm sure we'll never find out. But even if she tried to get back together with him now, it'll seem like, oh, well, now I want to get back together with you because you're rich, just like me. Who knows? But I mean, he seems like a really nice guy, so maybe they can work it out. But like, she doesn't deserve him. She's just. But at the same time, it's hard for me to blame her, because she's probably just been scorned and betrayed so many times. I don't know. And love makes you crazy. God, how freaky and strange that her reaction when she saw that he was going to propose to her was this fear and this this paranoia. That's not normal, but it's because of her past. That's really sad. The cases are a little bit more grown up this season, so far at least. And there's more of a through story. Like, there's more of, like, there's always going to be, like, cases like that she has to deal with, but now she's also dealing with this curly guy, and the stuff that went down with she's probably gonna have to find out who shot or who stabbed Felix. So I mean, there's things. There's a lot. It's just a lot more interesting this season. You know, the first season they just had to, it was like every episode was just a random case, and that's it. I mean, I guess they had some Lily stuff, but it wasn't always in every episode. So far, I feel like in every episode, it's more urgent. Like the main storyline is more urgent, and like she needs to find out who it is, and so it's more interesting to me. And she seems more grown up, or at least she looks more grown up. I mean, there's something about the way she carries herself that seems more mature, but at the same time, she still makes those rookie mistakes. But you know, that's good, because you don't want her to be like this perfect, you know, this perfect detective that never makes any mistakes. That would be boring. You know, she's still a high schooler. She doesn't know what she's doing. I mean, she's very good for someone her age, but she's still in high school. She's still very young. She's still there's still so many things about the world that she doesn't know, that she doesn't understand. You know, it's kind of interesting what's going on with her and Duncan, and how, you know, she herself was feeling insecure and wondering if Duncan still had feelings for Meg. I think he feels guilty that, you know, he broke up with her the way he did, and now she's in a coma, or yeah, I mean, seriously injured. She could have died. You know, they both feel that way. Veronica and Duncan both feel that guilt, but his is different because he was involved with her. And you can't just make feelings go away. I mean, they dated. I mean, for a long time before he broke up with her. We never really got to see what their relationship was like. All we saw was, you know, towards the end when he was unraveling. So they could have had a really nice relationship, you know. Totally different than what he and Veronica have, but he cared about Meg, and he still does. So you can't just make those feelings go away. It's complicated, as life is. Now, what is all this business with Alicia? I finally remembered her name. Like, I just kept calling her Mrs. Fennell or Carla from Nikita. Alicia, I knew it. I had a feeling that he was Wallace's father, but I didn't know where it was going. I thought there might have been more to the story, but he's Wallace's dad, supposedly. According to him, it's probably true. I wonder why Alicia is trying to keep him, is trying to keep Wallace from the father. Is he really that bad of a guy? Was he abusive? I don't know. Who knows? That is what we're gonna have to find out. I'm guessing it's a good reason, because, like, no mother would just, you know, run away from their child's father unless it was a good reason. My mom was the same way. She and my dad didn't get along. I never met him, but because they broke up before, you know, or just after I was born. And so this is going to be an interesting story, this Wallace story, because I'm sure it's going to hit very close to home for me, never knowing my dad. But yeah, like I've said in other videos, like I've only heard from several people that my dad was not a good person, and you know, my mom needed to get away. So I'm wondering if it's the same thing with Alicia and this guy, and hopefully we'll get to see some really good acting from Wallace, because there's gonna be some pain, hopefully some tears, because I want to see that emotion. That's why I react to shows, because I want to see people feeling things, you know? And I think it's going to be hard for him. I'm anxious to see Meg and have her wake up, and you know, is that going to complicate things for Veronica and Duncan? I mean, like I said, you can't just turn those feelings off, so we will have to see. And then Jackie, we saw a little bit of her in this. Jackie, she had a point about Wallace, you know, Veronica saying jump, and you know, Wallace saying how high. Like, he just, whenever she calls, he just does what she says. And I mean, he was about to blow Veronica off until, you know, she threw some money at him. I don't know if that was fair of Veronica to do, but I guess she really needed his help. I don't know. I need to see more of their relationship, because it does seem like a lot of the time she just, like, uses him, Veronica. But there have been moments, like when she baked him all those, you know, those sweets last season. That was beautiful. I need to see more moments like that. Not like she doesn't need to bake him something like every season, but like I just need to see more moments of where they're just hanging out and it's not her needing something from him. So Jackie had a point about that, but at the same time, she it's almost like she can't really get mad because she was seeing other people. But Wallace is right. Like, we haven't seen her with someone else since. He said that was like weeks ago. And that was also when they had just met, and, you know, they didn't owe anything to each other. So, which is what I said before. And we haven't seen her with anyone else. So, but she also was like, she needs to chill out, because she was like, you know, I'm not someone you want to piss off. Like, okay, like, relax. Like, we're just getting started. We've only been seeing each other for a few weeks, so, she seems like she has a very vengeful streak, and, you know, she's very jealous. We don't know that much about her, so we will have to see. We'll have to see where that goes. But, I enjoyed this episode. It was a good episode to get back into the show, and yeah, I can't wait for the next one. If you enjoyed this too, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like full reactions, please check out my Patreon by going to the link down below. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me again, and I will see you next time. Bye. I can't tell you what that means to me.